What's going on, everyone? Let me give everybody a few minutes to get on here. If you're here, I can't see how many's watching with this program that I use. So drop a comment. I can't find my pen. I got this one. I got a Sharpie. So I want to take a minute and talk about a few things tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Some of these hair samples, that we got, and the similarity to the structure of hair. There's another one. This was actually one of the very first samples we ever retrieved right here. You know, different colorations. There's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about uh, today. I've been answering questions all day. It's like, a lot of you subscribers have been, hitting me up and asking me questions. And I got to thinking, it's been a minute since we've really had time to stop and talk shop. You know what I'm saying? Questions and answer. A Q&A segment. Bigfoot Mama, what's up? Curtis, Tack, Patsy, what's going on, man? Jeff, what's up, buddy? You know, um, Russell Tell, what's up? It's been a minute. Donnie, what's up? You know, since we've sat down and done a Q&A, uh, I get one or two questions from a subscriber every day, but it seems like yesterday and today we've had nothing but rain, guys. That's why we haven't been hunting. Uh, Rain and cold here. So it's been a minute since we've really sat down and had a Q&A session. You know, um, questions and questions. Donnie says, you know, it's been a minute, and I would like to just address a few things that common beliefs. Um, I was watching some stuff tonight. Some of the older research study of the North American Ape Project, which was headed up by Jeff Meldrum. Rained for 4 days straight here. I'm sick of it. It's still raining here as we speak. It's been raining, cold and rain. You know, so it is what it is. Behind me, where I'm gonna play what's left of Bigfoot and Beer's video. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just play what's left of it because it was still running, still recording when we um, got off Friday night. So that's what's going to run behind us. Yeah, I just want to take a minute and answer some questions. If you guys have questions, I'll answer them. And I was watching some of the older stuff, and I can't even remember what this dude's name was. Some dude, he was studying Gigantopithecus, blah blah blah. And he gets on there and they ask him, the correlation between Gigantopithecus and Sasquatch or a large North American primate, and he pretty much just totally dismissed it as misidentified sightings, bears. Let me tell you something. I've seen this thing a lot, and it ain't a bear. Okay, I've hunted bear. I know what a bear looks like. We all have seen a bear on TV. You know what bears look like. And just to say something like that totally discredits your own study that you're going to do on anything, okay? Um, because it shows your scientific biasness. Your bias. If biasness is even a word, it just goes to prove that you have a theory that you're going to prove no matter what. And that's not true science. Okay, true science means the facts will take you to where it needs to lead you, and to discoveries whether or not it supports or denies your hypothesis in this. Okay, um, you know, it's just and another thing to to tell all these people that they are. Let Snow, what's up, man? That they are seeing something that they are misidentifying. Well, he said this. He said he believes half is misidentification and half are hallucinations. That is, to me, is just one of the biggest insults that you could possibly give somebody who decided to be brave enough and come out and publicly let their sighting be known, tell about it, and have some experiences with it. Kim Wilson, what's up? Scott from Gonzato, what's going on? Patsy, I see you. Moves, and to say something like that is so rude. It truly is. Okay, that number one, that you think that because you're a scientist, right, that everybody else is stupid, that they don't know what a bear looks like, they don't know what a large North American primate looks like. Okay, right there, you're just an idiot to me. You shouldn't even be in the scientific community or take anything you say seriously. Off the rip. That's number one. Okay, and number two, if these people weren't sure what they seen or was hallucinating, why would they come out publicly and endure public ridicule over this? You got to understand, there's still a stigma. It's not as bad as it used to be, but there's still a stigma of, a lot of people have had personal experiences, okay? And they just don't want to say anything because of that. Tech says, so we don't know what we see, and also whacked in the head. Well, okay, I'm sorry. I'm not as smart as he is. That's what I'm saying. And it's rude, Tech. It is so rude, to be honest with you. It is so rude that a scientist would come out and say this. It blows me away. You know what I'm saying? Um, she says thanks. Kim Wilson says thanks for the 360. Okay, you're welcome, Kim. Um, I'm still praying for you, Scott. That's what Patsy says. Patsy K. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better. Uh, Goodens Auto, by the way, I really do. I hope you're, having a wonderful night. But as I'm watching some of this stuff on YouTube, because every once in a while I'll go back and I'll watch old stuff. Maybe I'll learn something new. And then every once in a while there's new stuff that pop up. Godzilla, what's up? You know. So I check. Maybe I don't know, every 2 months I'll look. So I'm back watching some of the other stuff, some of the stuff I haven't seen, even stuff that was old that just at the time didn't pop up in the algorithm, you know. And that's and I stumbled across this um, YouTube video. It's called Giganto, the real King Kong. Okay, that's what I was watching. And that's what really made me get on here tonight. Plus, you guys were hitting me up, and I was answering questions, and I always got to ask the same question. Um, get asked the same question, then I got to keep answering it. So I thought we would do because it's been a while. Talking down to the average man and woman, we don't have a PhD. That's what I'm saying. That's just stupid. You know, listen, you don't need to go to college for a million years to know that that pen is blue. Guess what? I never went to college, and I can see that pen's blue. The PhD means nothing to me. You know, these people's PhD means nothing. You're stuck in a lab all day long. You don't know what you're talking about. Did you watch the video I sent you from Huron National Forest, Charles? I have not yet. I'm not gonna lie, Tack. No, I have not. Okay. I've been trying to get some stuff done behind the scenes for the members area. I'm way late on that. I'm overwhelmed here with stuff that needs to be edited and still done. I still got a bunch of stuff for the Unexplained University that's already been filmed. Okay, that oh Lord, you know, I don't need a PhD like my simple life, just the way it is. I agree with that 100%. But I just think that some of these scientists, I don't know if they believe the crap that they speak or if they just don't want to be part of a running butt joke. You know what I'm saying? I mean, number one, how are we going to protect a endangered species that is declining at a very rapid rate? Okay? How are we going to do that without taking the species serious enough, yay on one side, nay on the other side, and investigating it? I don't understand it. What the scientific community is doing does not, yeah, book smart, no common sense. I agree with that, you know, 100%. I mean, I just don't understand any of it. You know what I'm saying? And these people are 100% sure that it's not this and it's not that, and, you know, and it just doesn't make any sense. So I ran it for the trip to Ohio for the hunt fund. There you go. Right there. There's $50 towards the trip to get here, guys, for the geo site. Floyd, hold on. Floyd, bucks. $50, Floyd. Bam. All right. So, you know, I got to thinking about it, and I got to just, I don't know. It upsets me very, very highly that, listen, man, everything at one time was a theory, okay? The solar system, the stars, it was all a theory. And science embraced that theory enough to study it and either prove it or disprove it. Okay? So, why not do the same with Sasquatch instead of just writing it off going, it's impossible? Listen, man, number one, there's no such thing as mass hysteria when these people are in way totally different locations seeing these things. Okay? There's no such thing as these half of these sightings are hallucinations. That's just mathematically stupid to say. And that half of them are misidentifications. That's even stupider to say than the other one. You know what I'm saying? Tech says, hold on, I want to read Jeff's. Just asking, why would the Geo lady want you for more attention when she knows they are real? Because she wants the species recognized like I do. She's come around to understand that without what, listen, number one, because she knows what I have. The geosite lady knows exactly the evidence that I have, every piece of it. Okay? She has full disclosure. She knows. So she knows that the discovery is going to happen. Okay? Now, how it happens is two different things. Okay? Knowing you are involved with wrestlers, does she want what? What more? What more? More answers worse than what they've done. Oh, I remember an Axeman show, one of the older guys was asked if the industry would harm Bigfoot if it interfered with. His answer was they have done worse. Well, of course, of course. You know, I don't think it's that much on the logging industry anymore I think we've come over that hump. I just think it's so much more than that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So much more than that, Charles. It may be easier if a channel like this or someone would give the scientific community some solid evidence. Then they might get on board. No, here's what's going to happen. It'll come up missing. Trust me. Trust me. You know, the Genome Project did it, and they laughed Dr. Ketchum out of the, you know, with her DNA finding. They laughed her out of science, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? You know, the word, the name Dr. Ketchum in the scientific community is like kind of like a butt joke now. It's like a running joke now, dude, because of the Genome Project. And she stuck her neck out there. And yeah, it's true. Go back and read all the stuff online about her, you know. So, they aren't too happy. The scientific community ain't too happy with it. When it happens, it has to be all done at once, and it has to be irrefutable, and it has to be to the point where it can't be undone or covered up. I've been trying to tell everybody this. You know what I'm saying? So, Patty says, well, thank you. Moose, how are you? Anyways, guys, Floyd Randall donated $50 to the Sasquatch Fund for the Hunt With Me Fund. So let's all give him a big TY and a personal thank you from me, Floyd. Thank you so much, guys. Let's not forget those who donate. Okay, people can handle Bigfoot truth. Jack Nelson at percent. Okay. Well, yeah. There's a lot of reasons, honestly. I mean, there's a number one reason, and I've said it before. Um, you know, there's there's a lot of reasons. I ain't got Floyd's money, but I got $5. Dave P says, "Hey, guys, everybody, Dave donated $5. Big out to you, hug to you, Dave. Listen, man, TY's for Dave. You want me to put that money in the fund, Dave?" So, there's a lot of reasons why this is happening out there. Um, you know, I mean, look what happened to Todd standing with his, evidence. And boy, he's been under fire lately, hasn't he? Woo! Jeez. God. I mean, some people have been eating him up, man. Eating Todd up lately. You know? Um, I trust your judgment, Charles. There's Dave. Thank you. One step closer to Bigfoot. Yeah. Um, yeah, there you go. Let's see some TYs for Dave, guys. And Floyd, please. It's important. It is extremely, extremely important. Okay? Please don't get used to it and just, hey, it is what it is. No. You understand? I don't care if it's $100. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's a penny. Okay? It has nothing to do with the amount. I've said this before. It has to do with just the fact that somebody was willing to believe. You understand? So, can't trust a hoaxer. That's truth. You know. Well, I don't know if I would call Todd Standing a hoaxer. Okay. Everybody's got their varying opinion on Todd. You think those videos? I think a few of them were real. Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I know they were because I've personally seen a Sasquatch, man. So, two things could have happened. Either he got extremely lucky on the anatomy, which is mathematically impossible, or he has seen one in the wild. Okay? Because you already know how I feel, man. You know what I'm saying? And listen, Thinker Thunker, that dude's an idiot, by the way. Don't listen to it was Todd in a mask. Come on, man. You know, so it just, I know what I saw. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Tack. And now, how would you like it if, science said, no, you didn't? Tack, you didn't see that. You was hallucinating. Or you mistook it for a bear. That's an insult. what I was getting from this video that I was watching, you know? Yeah, but Matt from Bigfoot Crossroad podcast says he had a relationship with a uh, Canadian puppet maker, and all of a sudden that ended, and everyone's hushed up. Yeah, you're gonna hear people come out and say a lot of stuff, Mr. Duffy. People are gonna make up stuff. You know, there's been a dude that said he was in the suit of Patty. You know, and happened to know, you know, uh, Bob Gimlin personally. You know, and Patterson knew him, was friends. Then came out and said he was the one in the suit. Come on, man. You know, I mean, you're gonna have people say dumb stuff like that. That's one of the reasons why I don't really, you know, do what Todd does. Todd, you know, he'll critique other people's videos. A lot of other channels will do that. I don't do that here. Very rarely will you even see me, you know, put up somebody else's footage. There is a finger on my hand. They would get LOL. Anytime you aim anything at Bigfoot, it does like it. Yeah, well, yeah, that's of course painless. What's up? Yeah, you know, I mean, it's just look, man. I believe that Todd Stanahan, man, has some really good evidence. Okay, now I do. Do I believe that everything that he has is real? I don't want to say yes and I don't want to say no because I haven't got enough time. But the stuff that I do know, okay, like that Sasquatch running up the side of that mountain on them rocks. If you think that's fake, I will give you, dude. I'll give you my truck. I'll give you my bass boat, bro. If you could put on a suit and do that, run up a hill like this that fast in a suit. You're going to be looking down to see where your feet's going because you have a suit on, man. I'm telling you, dude. I've analyzed that video. I've analyzed that video. I have analyzed that video. I believe that video is 100%. You know? Um, I'm sorry if I've missed some of your questions. Painless, what's up? Let me guess. Tack this one. Uh, Charles, do you need the absolute evidence from only the great geosite? Yeah. Well, I have a plan. I have a plan. Once I have obtained what I need from the geos, I've already obtained what I need from Old Man Whistles. Once I've obtained what I need from the geosite, I have plans on heading over to the Cascade Mountain Range. Okay, um, up in the Pacific Northwest, and obtaining some stuff that I need from there. Okay, this isn't going to be just a one area thing. This is going to be it's going to be to a point where you can't sweep it under the rug, or you can't, you know, deny, or it's not going to go down like that. You know what I'm saying? One the one where he filmed it from the back, where it's running up that 60-degree incline. Something he found with Les Stroud. No, he didn't find that with Les Stroud. That's wrong. Um, he showed that to Les Stroud. He actually filmed that by himself. I know all about that video. That was real. But then he got the green light to fake because he what? I don't know. I'm not here to, you know, talk about Todd Standing. You guys know that I don't really even like to talk about him, you know, but all I know is there are a few pieces of video that he has that is 100%. You know my thoughts on that already, okay? Um, it's okay, Mr. Duffy, just conversation. Yeah, it's just conversation, man. I mean, you know, ain't nobody, you know, I don't want this conversation to go south. So, you know, um, I'm going to be a little bit more pick and choosy on the questions that I ask, because usually I just read every comment. Then I'm going to have to be a little bit more choosy because I don't want to upset anybody or hurt anybody's feelings in this, or in any way discredit any other researcher. I do not want to do that, okay? Because if they're doing their research and they're doing their thing and they're finding evidence, good, because it'll collaborate with whatever I've got, and I'll know, and I'll know. You know what I'm saying? Um, you're good, Duffy. Have a great night. What did you say? The one where, yeah. Well, Mr. Duffy said he was leaving. Did I miss something here? It won't let me really go back, so I can't see. You know what I'm saying? Because it won't let me go back. Mitch, nice try. Um, what's up, Stephen Missy? So, but like I was watching that, and I was watching that scientist, that Gigantopithecus guy that I was telling you about. Okay, it was from the History Channel. It was obviously filmed a long time ago. It said it came out 3 days ago, but I just think it was whoever put it together made it come out like that. But because the video's grainy, they're still using VCRs to record in here, and and just the arrogance of this scientist that was totally writing off eyewitnesses was so absurd to me and so offensive that I actually got on to talk about that tonight. You know what I'm saying? What is making noise like a siren or something? I don't know. I can't hear. So, I mean, it's could be in my head. LOL. Could be. Yeah, I hear that. Godzilla, that's what Bigfoot Mama says. I mean, I don't know. Is it a Bigfoot howling? I don't know. You know? Is it a siren? I don't know. You know? It ain't around here. You know? I hear it. Coyotes howling? Could be. There are coyotes at the geosite. We know that. You can ask Dillo that question. He knows. Still doing it? Or do you want me to go back? Because I can go back. If you want me to go back. Uh, yeah, wish you could hear it, Charles. Yeah. I went back. I'll mute myself. What's up, TJ Roberts? I don't know. I'll have to check it out. Let me write the timestamp down. Yeah, somewhere around. All right, I'll I'll check it out. Growl at the other day when you heard at the Geo lady. What? Did hold on, Tack. I'm trying to get to you, brother. But hey, what you got growled at the other day when you were at the Geo before you went to see the lady? Did I get growled at? Is that what the? I can't. Oh, mood is killing me. Grab it? Can I grab it? No, I can't. How can I grab this? I can't read your beginning of your thing. It won't let me, and it's really starting to irritate me. Upper yipping and yapping. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's another one. You can hear the fear in his voice. You know, fear has a sound, people. Trust me. Yeah, yeah, you did get growled at, Charles, right? Yuppers, coyotes. Dude, that's probably what it is. It's probably coyotes, guys, because there are yotes there. I mean, you got to remember is the yote don't have a very long howl either. So if it's a really long howl, it ain't a yote. They don't have the lung capacity for it. How long is it? Humans have more lung capacity. You can howl longer than a coyote can. Right before you got off the other day, there was a growl. I didn't hear it. It was close to Dillo. Oh. Floyd Randall says, "Hello, Dillo." So, but yeah, I was watching that thing. It was just kind of upsetting me, man. The way some of these scientists really treat the sightings. You know, the mountain gorillas, we didn't even know they existed, man. People kept coming out of the mountain saying, "Dude, man, there's huge freaking hairy people up there." Next thing you know, now we have mountain gorillas. You know, I mean, I'm just saying, it's a few coyotes together. Okay, so I don't have to go back and research it. I just wanted to get on, and touch base because it's raining. It's raining and lightning here. And it's been raining all day yesterday, day before. So we're kind of screwed, you know. So I just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys and touch base with you, because I don't want you to feel like I just, abandon you and I'm not here talking and conversating and trying to figure this out and what more can we do and this and that because I do, I really am. Oh, screw the brain heads. We don't need to waste our time. Yeah, with them. I agree. Thought it may have been painless passing gas out of the portal. It's funny. So yeah, I just wanted to, just take a few minutes tonight and touch base with you guys. That's all. Um, and just let some of my thoughts longer than normal. Coyotes carrying on longer than normal. I mean, I've heard them. It's raining here too. Flood says, "Yeah, dude, it's raining here. Been raining here, man." So I'm like, "Jeez," you know. But for such people that supposedly got PhDs, man, I mean, you guys are pretty stupid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, wow, Mitch, that is what I was thinking. They are going on for a long time. Is it still happening? All day long. Rained here too. Dillo says it rained all day long. Ouch. Over there by him. I just got something on my eye. Uh, Something got the coyotes worked up. Yeah, of course. It's probably a freaking Sasquatch in the woods, man. Still going on, really? That's crazy. Floyd Randall says, "He who smelt it." you know, did it, dealt it, whatever. Yeah, you know, man. You know, you guys crack me up. So, anyways, that's what my whole get my goat thing was. Oh, let me show you here. I got it back from her, guys. Okay, that that right there is going to hook in to the new parabolic on every hunt. I'm going to figure it out how to do everything together. So we're going to have a backup recording of parabolic. So every time I think I hear something off in the distance, we'll have a second recording of it. Okay. So we got our recorder ready. We got the new parabolic mic. We have another one of those too. We have two of those, by the way. Um, so we're gonna start getting that rolling. Um, I'm hoping. I'm hoping that I can use it somehow on the live. Forever Cat, what up? You know, um, so whatever way the camera's pointing, I'm, I don't know. I got to figure that out. You know, I got to work out the logistics of that. You know, um, I'm not too sure if that's even a possible thing. I don't know. Okay, I got to sit down, figure it out, break it down, and look and see what we can do. Grant, what's going on, my friend? So, you know, we got to get that figured out and stuff. Um, and we'll just, we'll put it on the recorder. You know what I'm saying? Because this has an out on it. It has a mic out port. So we can mic port it out into the digital recorder, okay, which will give us the cleanest thing, you know. It does have a record button on it, okay? It does, but it will only record for, I think, like 15 seconds. Then it stops, okay? And it does take a regular SD card too. So that we have to get put in there, you know. So we got to get this put on here, you know. There's that one, and there's that one. Okay. Yep. Now we got it. So we should be able to use that. You know, I mean, it's got an eyeball thing, but no, but who's going to use the eyeball thing? You know, you just point it to where you think the sound's coming from. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to try to get that running somehow. I'm not sure. Rolling down the hill, every twig breaking as he goes. Yeah. Oh yeah. You got to hear Dillo rolling down the. You guys are cracking me up. All right, guys, it's getting late. I'm going to get off here and, finish doing my work. But I was, you know, working on a members area, watching them, the YouTube, on the big TV, and a scientist started talking that crap, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the day that they all look me in the face. All these scientists that got on all these TV shows, right? They all got on. This thing does not exist. I'll put my career on it. I'm gonna be standing there with my hand out, waiting for him to hand me that PhD so I can rip it up. I got you guys. All of you fake scientists out there, I got you. Anyways, guys, take a kid fishing. All right? Seriously, man. All right? Take a kid fishing. That's tomorrow, Dave. Barefoot's tomorrow. Um, by doing so, you're investing in the youth of this country. You have time to mentor, man, instill some good values. Okay? I'm Charles Mills at Outdoor University, man. Listen, 216 632 9385. Guys, depression is real. Real. Members can watch this live camera? No, no. Can members watch the live camera? Everybody can watch the live camera. The members area is going to have just some behind the scenes stuff in it, and there's going to be some other things going on that I'm going to reveal to you. I don't want to tell anybody, a bunch of stuff. But think of that. Okay, you have the freedoms that you have in this country because of a veteran God, gave them to you. Let me tell you a secret: the way we treat our United States veterans, shame, shame, shame. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to even be an American, man. The way that we treat our vets. You understand? Okay. Listen, 216-632-9385. Guys, depression is 100% real. You understand that? It's real. 100%. Right? Call me. If you're not feeling yourself and you're just feeling low or depressed, give me hook me up. I love you. I'm Charles Mills with Outdoor University, and I will see all of you in the great outdoors. Yeah, I'll let this run for a minute for you. We, we should have a bunch of this recorded.